When Diddy's arrest made headlines last September, Katt Williams didn't miss a beat. He jumped on the moment, posting an AI-generated mashup of Diddy's mugshot onto Wesley Snipes' character from New Jack City with the caption, "Diddy's about to snitch on everyone." The internet ate it up. People quickly chimed in, saying, "If anyone's flipping, it's Diddy." But Katt wasn't just cracking jokes for laughs. If you look back at his older podcast episodes, where he casually mentioned names like Tyler Perry, Rickey Smiley, Steve Harvey, and Ludacris, it might have seemed like petty shots at the time. But now, names like Jay-Z, Aaron Hall, and Harv Pierre are popping up in court documents tied to Diddy. Turns out Katt wasn't just clowning, he was dropping clues. And now, those jokes are being linked to a serious scandal.
Club Shay Shay, yeah. I was trying to do something there that hadn't been done. I thought that I had figured out the algorithm mathematically, and I thought that I could show that. And when I wrote it out to kill the careers of the people I was talking about, right? But it was so vicious that I erased all of the knockout blows and just left the jabs, so that the comic I'm talking about knows that I know your real story. Motherfucker. I'm gonna tell this, but you know what else I know. So, yeah, I was...
Do you want to tell any of those stories now?
Well, I'm saying... Now, I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right. Because P. Diddy be wanting the body. All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. T.G. Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way.
So Katt Williams said it. The lawsuit started coming out right after he said it, and he said all would be exposed. He heavily implied, and this is again an allegation, that Lucien Grange was having some sort of a homosexual relationship with Diddy. So he is the person that controls Diddy, that Lucien Grange was aware of these parties, that Universal Music Group was aware of these parties. Essentially, that Diddy is the thug and the gangster working on behalf of Lucien Grange. They did not know that he was recording them. I mean, when I read through that lawsuit, Rodney made it very clear that he had hidden cameras. And if you are a person like LeBron who says ain't no party like a Diddy party, you got Ashton Kutcher talking about what happens at Diddy parties, stays at Diddy parties. And finally you learn via the press that actually Diddy has been collecting evidence on all of you, and you don't know where those tapes are. That will buy your silence for quite some time, because you're hoping that if you keep your head low, you're not going to be revealed as one of these people that was engaged in some of these acts, whether they were heterosexual or homosexual. It doesn't matter. Maybe you're just cheating on your wife and you don't want that to get out into the public. Maybe you were, as Katt Williams described it, in one of the rooms. He said you could just walk around the house. He said this on stage years ago, that you could walk around the house and you would see people engaged in various sex acts. And again, Katt Williams was someone who was dismissed as crazy and dismissed as a drug addict, and it turned out that, or it seems that if these allegations are proven to be true, and I believe they are, then he was telling the truth.
Do you think that like stars and get offered that kind of thing, like to compromise themselves sexually for entertainment?
I was as shocked as anybody about how powerful Harvey Weinstein was at the time that I was meeting with him, and how he could not be told no. You follow what I'm saying?
They'll figure out some way.
Right, so I thought that didn't apply to me because I don't care about nothing but bitches and good business, right? In these scary situations, I don't even leave it up to me. Like, I'm gonna do what the superhero would do in this part of the movie, regardless.
That's a good way to think about things in general.
Katt's first target was Tyler Perry. On the surface, it sounded like classic comic shade, especially when Katt joked that Perry can't play a man to save his life. But under that punchline was something deeper. Back when Perry was writing his first indie scripts, it was Diddy's team that stepped in. They put up money for his debut films, set up premieres in LA and New York, and even sent VIP invites to top-tier celebs wanting an early look. None of this made the gossip columns, but it's all in the background. Harry doesn't talk about it, but his early success had Diddy's support behind the scenes.
I heard that you bought a military base in Alabama. Is that true? A military base?
As starving comedians would do.
Now, I don't know if you're being truthful or not. Did you really buy one?
Yeah, Fort McClellan. Yeah,
What?
because the reason why like my life works in golf and off the golf course is because I follow instruction well, right? So if I see somebody do a good job, I just want to do a good job.
Yeah.
I'm gonna follow the example.
Yeah.
Right? So Tyler Perry got a military base.
That's correct.
Made it into a movie studio and started making movies. Katt Williams.
Bought a military base. Are you making movies?
I'm not wearing dresses. Yeah.
At what point in Tyler Perry's career was he Samuel L. Jackson or Denzel Washington? Which are the only two black men I can think of that never had a dress on.
Yeah, but I don't think it's about
At one point, it is about that. It is about that because he's the only black man that we already established has $1 billion for making movies. He's the only black man with his own studio, but he's also putting out material where he got a goddamn dress on every year.
Because
every time you turn around, at every iteration of his success, be it the plays that took over and got him popular, be it the shit that he did on TBS, be it the first movies that he did, be it the movies that he does now. So what is his excuse for doing Madea content now?
because there's an audience for it.
There's an audience for it.
There is an
There's an audience for it.
Tyler Perry told his male actors they're not allowed to consort with me because I saw you at a Diddy party, Tyler. And you were having a glorious time. I spent a lot of time in Miami and I snuck around Star Island quite a bit. I know Christian isn't lying, but I need him to tell me what happened to my friends. And I don't care how long it's been since I talked to them, they will always be my friends. Always. Tim and Durrett and Lamont Rucker were not the same after they went on camera with Tyler Perry. Christian, I think you can tell me why.
Then there's Rickey Smiley. He learned the ropes at Diddy's private Atlanta parties, invite-only nights where Puffy's inner circle decided who got in. Rickey landed on that guest list, and from there, he scored radio spots and even got his own hit TV show. Katt once joked that Rickey only shines when he's wearing a dress. Sounds like a gag, but the message underneath is about how Rickey's career took off thanks to early ties to Diddy, before he ever picked up a mic on his own.
I sit here and you said out that mouth, you stole Friday After Next, the one I was in. I wish all of America fumbled a bit when that happened. He told everybody, it should have been my role. Everybody on the scene. Why do you think no cast member has ever said anything?
He couldn't have played that role like you. I thought he was...
Sir, no one... Why no... He was with KD? He beat up Terry Crews? Why nobody know this story? And Hollywood has never heard this in 100 years. He was so egregious, I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract. That's why I can't let Rickey Smiley say he was supposed to play Money Mike, because I wrote the words for Money Mike. I put in my contract that I won't work with Rickey Smiley again unless he's in a dress. Now, what was Rickey Smiley's next movie? Was it First Sunday? Did he wear a dress in it? You bet he did. It's in my contract.
Why would you put that in your contract, Katt?
That's where he's a believable actor. Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role.
a long time ago that Jamie, that he mysteriously got sick.
Yeah, mysterious. And they were saying that allegedly was Diddy. But how do you,
when you reported that back then, months ago, did you say, what was that in your reporting?
Yep, they were saying that Diddy, because Diddy and Jamie Foxx were good friends. And they broke up, and they stopped being friends. And no, Jerry, not doing no, I'm doing that. I'm just telling what they said.
Who's they?
They all.
They that wait.
They that wait on the Lord.
They that wait.
All right, y'all, we're gonna wrap up the house.
I Googled you to see what are the questions that people are wanting to know. Is Rickey Smiley married?
No.
Have you ever been married?
I was married.
Oh,
I was married for 12 years.
When?
Man, I was married back
Did I know
you? Back in the 90s. I think we probably had met and had been around each other, but my ex-wife, we are still close. She's a flight attendant for Delta.
Oh, okay.
And we was married, we was young, and I was married for 12 years.
Wow.
I had a beautiful, she's beautiful.
And y'all broke up after 12 years because...
Comic View, I started doing Comic View and them streets started hitting.
Steve Harvey and Cedric the Entertainer didn't get a pass either. Katt called out Harvey for allegedly stealing a TV concept and said Cedric lifted one of his best jokes nearly 20 years ago. Sure, those accusations make headlines, but the deeper point is their real-life connections to Diddy. Both men have attended Bad Boy-sponsored charity events, shook Diddy's hand at galas that raised millions for youth programs and education. Every time they thanked Diddy on stage, they weren't just being polite, they were showing loyalty. Those photo ops at fancy fundraisers? They hint at a quiet but powerful network that most people never notice.